Good morning, students. Welcome to 7th Standard Social Science. My dear children, let me ask you a few questions. Have you ever climbed a mountain or hill? Have anyone walked in the desert? Did anyone get a chance to swim in the lake? Yes, my dear children, you might have climbed up the tree, swam in the pond. The surface of the earth is covered with land and water. There are special names for different types of natural features or landforms on the earth. So, let's explore the different types of landforms in this lesson. The two mass landforms are continents and ocean. The surface of the earth is not the same everywhere. It has different types of landforms like mountains, plateaus means highly elevated portion. Plains are flat, fertile land, and valleys. So, these landforms are formed because of two important forces such as the endogenic and exogenic. So, the landforms are formed because of the two forces, namely endogenic and exogenic. First, let's see the difference between the two forces. Processes that are caused by forces from within the earth are called endogenous process. By contrast, exogenous processes come from forces on or above the earth's surface. So, endo means interior of the earth. Exo means outside the earth or on the surface of the earth. Endogenic process, it causes sudden or rapid movements, or else exogenic process, it causes slow movements. Some example for endogenic processes are earthquake, faulting, etc. And some example for exogenic processes are erosional and depositional. Now, let's see the three main processes involved in the formation of landforms. First one is gradation. Gradation is the process of leveling of highlands through erosion and filling up of lowlands through deposition. So, gradation is a process of leveling of highlands. That means in the highland, the mud or the sand will get flowed up by the wind and it get deposited in the lowland. So it forms a different types of landforms. The second process is weathering. What is weathering? Weathering is breaking and falling apart into small pieces of the rocks on the earth's surface. Weathering means breaking this results in different landforms. The next process is erosion. Erosion is the wearing away of the landscape by different agents like water, wind, ice and sea waves. Erosion means removal of the layer of the soil by natural agents and also by man-made agents. Natural agents example for water, wind, ice, etc. For man-made agent example deforestation. Let's see the different agents of erosion one by one. First one is river. The water flowing from its source to river mouth along the definite course is called a river. Rivers generally originate from a mountain or hill. The place of origin of the river is known as its source. So, from the point where the river originates is called source. We know that the river originates from the mountains or the hills. So, the mountain or the hills are the source. The place where it joins a lake or the sea or an ocean is known as the river mouth. Where the river joins the ocean or the lake or the sea, that point is called the river mouth. Because of such erosion, it forms V-shaped valley. The running water in the river erodes the landscape, which creates a steep-sided valley like the letter V. V-shaped valley is formed because of the running water in the river. Now, let's see the difference between the tributary and distributary. Tributary means a stream or river that flows into and join a main river. So children, this is the main stream. From that you can see the branch of the river. It is called the tributary. Distributary means a stream that branches off and flows away from a main stream. From the tributary itself, there is another branch that is called distributary. It is the difference between tributary and distributary. Okay students, I hope you are clear with the difference between tributary and distributary. Next, what is waterfall? Waterfall means falling of river water over a vertical step in a river belt is called waterfall. Example of waterfall is Kutralam Falls in Tamil Nadu. Students, do you know the highest waterfall is Angel Falls of Peninsula in South America. The other waterfalls are Niagara Falls, which is located on the border between Canada and USA in North America. And then the Victoria Falls on the borders of Zambia and Zimbabwe in Africa are some of the examples of the waterfalls in the world. Next, meanders. What is a meander? When the river enters a flat plain because of many obstacles in the plain, it will take twists and turns. Such large bend known as meanders. Some example of meanders in Tamil Nadu is meanders along the river Vellar near Setiathop in Kadalur district, Tamil Nadu. Now, let's see how the Axe Bow Lake is formed. The Axe Bow Lake formation. Due to continuous erosion and deposition along the sides of the meander, the ends of the meander loop comes closer and closer. In due course of time, the meander loop cuts off from the river and forms a cut-off lake, also known as Axe Bow Lake. After some period of time, because of erosion and deposition, what happened? The distance between the bend will get reduced and it will become closer. It will come closer and closer and the meander loop will cut off from the river and such cut-off lake are called Oxbow Lake. And then the second agent of erosion is glaciers. What is a glacier? A large body of ice moving slowly down a slope or valley due to gravity is called a glacier. Glacier means a large body of ice glaciers. We have two types. First one is continental glacier. Continental glacier means covering large area of a continent with thick ice. For example, Antarctica and Greenland. The second type of glacier is mountain or valley glacier. Mountain or valley glacier means the stream of ice flowing along a valley which flows the river courses and bounded by steep-sided mountains. For example, the Himalayas and the Alps. Next, wind. What are the different types of landforms formed because of wind erosion? First, we have to know the active agent of erosion and deposition in the desert is wind. So children, mostly the erosion and deposition in the desert is caused because of the wind. Another agent of the erosion is coast. How the coast form different types of landforms on the sea? First, what is the definition of sea coast and coastline? A part of the land adjoining or near the sea is called the sea coast. The boundary of a coast where land meets water is called the coastline. So children, the part of the land near the sea is called sea coast. The boundary of the coast is called coastline. Students, do you know which is the first longest beach in the world? The first longest beach in the world is the Miami Beach in USA. The second longest beach in the world is the Marina Beach in Chennai. And then the next important type of landform is lagoon. Lagoon is a shallow stretch of water partially or completely separated from the sea. Shallow stretch means which is not so deep. For example, Silka Lake in Odisha, Pulicat Lake in Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, and Vembanad Lake in Kerala. These are the examples of lagoons in India. Okay students, I hope you are clear with today's session. Shall we recall now? Yes. River glacier, wind and sea waves are the major agents of exogenous forces. Glacier is large body of ice moving slowly down a slope due to gravity. And then wind is the active agent of erosion and deposition in deserts. The part of the land near the sea is called sea coast. The boundary of the coast is called coastline. Those who conserve and preserve nature deserve to be part of the nature. And Nature is a miracle we depend upon. So, my dear children, conserve and preserve our natural resources. Okay, students, thank you.